This is definitely going to be the most controversial thing that we've ever done on any of the programmes that any of us have ever been involved in over the years. We're now pitting all of the great Irish sports ads against one another so that we can crown a world champion of Irish sports endorsements.
It's also the most important thing any of us will ever be involved in. Far more important than that Liam McCarthy crap that we've just been watching there. This is the real trophy up for grabs this week. There's the best TV ads featuring Irish sports people. The criteria is simple. If you're Irish and appeared in an ad that's relatively funny and that happens to be on YouTube, well then you're in the mix. So it's a very simple criteria, and we've gathered 16 of the best TV ads in the history of Irish sports featuring Irish sports people from all the way back in the 1980s to just last year. I think that the most recent one was released just in 2017. So we've got a fine mix, and we'll get stuck right in to the last 16. It's very simple. It's a straight knockout at this stage of the tournament. So our first contender this morning is advertising one of the most novel ways of improving your golf swing. It's quite a recent ad. It was released this decade, and you may have seen it on things like QTV at 3 o'clock in the morning. Take it away, Padraig Harrington.
Padraig, you've been playing great golf recently. What's your secret?
I've been practicing with the golf swing shirt. I believe it's the best swing trainer ever invented.
Did you say golf swing shirt?
Yes, the golf swing shirt. It's for men, women and children of all ages and sizes. The golf swing shirt helps you become a great ball striker by helping you learn a reliable and repeatable golf swing. Play great golf now with the golf swing shirt.
Visit golfswingshirt.com to order yours today.
I think you can still get the golf swing shirt online if you're interested.
Can you?
My favourite part about that ad is whatever the Wanamaker ripoff is to the left of Padraig Harrington on screen. It's got like a pointy top. I've got no idea what that is.
The website still works.
And I think Padraig Harrington's face is still on the website.
No, it's somebody else. Raymond Rapkovich, amateur golfer, founder of Golf Swing Shirt.
Right, okay, so he's been relegated to mere testimonial status, Padraig Harrington, so he is the first contender. You're probably wondering...
Still the first one, still the first testimonial. Yeah.
Still the first and only. We'll see now who Padraig Harrington is up against. He's got a tricky tie here in the last 16. He is up against a behemoth of the Irish sporting TV catalogue. It is the man himself. It is the honorary Irishman. It is Jack Charlton, and here he is in one of many ads that he'll be featured in this countdown. Here he is featuring for Bank of Ireland.
When you're taking on foreign opposition, you need to be prepared. If you're travelling abroad, make sure you're prepared by talking to Bank of Ireland about your foreign exchange, traveller's checks and credit card needs. They'll give you all the support you want. Going abroad, be prepared.
Be prepared indeed with Bank of Ireland. Jack Charlton there up against Padraig Harrington and his golf swing shirt in our first tie. Who's getting your vote?
Harrington, that's not like, there's nothing in the Bank of Ireland ad beyond like a list of stuff that you can do and a photograph of him and some chanting from the USA.
You think it should have been knocked out for Scalacci?
Oh, absolutely.
In hindsight, you're probably right. It was Jack Charlton though, so I got kind of wowed by the aura that would have been the restitution that might have been exacted on me had I left Jack Charlton out.
There's loads more Charlton, right?
Well, there's one other Jack Charlton.
Well, so he was already in. You've knocked out one of the best self-deprecating, funny, like.
But Toto Scalacci is not Irish. Jack Charlton.
The two
Irish.
lads sitting at the bar are totally Irish. It had Dave O'Leary and who was the other one?
Ray Houghton.
Ray Houghton. There you go.
Okay, fair enough. Points heard. Hopefully Padraig Harrington pulls through and we won't have to... Hopefully this doesn't become a scandal.
Well, if Jack Charlton wins, I'm subbing in Toto Scalacci.
You can't do that. If the people vote for Jack Charlton,
No. If he wins, what we're going to do is go, okay, accidentally you're getting knocked out on some kind of technicality.
No.
He's failed a drug test, Maradona style, USA 94, a bit of clenbuterol injected into a system by the FBI or the CIA to...
Are you saying Jack Charlton's a doper?
In this context, I'm saying that we're going to inject that Bank of Ireland ad with some clenbuterol and he'll get subbed in for Toto
Now that
Scalacci.
is financial doping.
There you go.
So earlier on we showed you an ad from the Irish Times which didn't quite make the cut. It was Brian O'Driscoll talking about how there's 6 teams in the 5 nations, blah 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 blah. We liked the idea. The execution probably just wasn't up to scratch, but the execution in this Irish Times ad is bang on, it's witty, it's sharp, it's Brian Kerr.
Good boy, keep your eye on it. Little chip, I love it. Oh, unlucky. Glenn, any time today.
The main thing that kids like these need is encouragement.
Right, Dave, good boy.
That's why I'm delighted to see a paper like this give so much space to them. And you can really impress your own kids when you know how many points they need to do experimental physics with archaeology.
You'd be surprised why people really read the Irish Times.
Now, when I said it was witty, I meant not witty at all, of course.
Ah, no, it's got that little bit at the end there.
Nah, it does.
Experimental science.
Well, was that a joke?
Archaeology.
Maybe not. I don't know. I think that course needs to be taken very, very seriously, Ger. It's an all-football clash in the second round of 16 matchup. The other person that's going up against Brian Kerr is another big name in the advertising industry, a big name who's been in a lot of ads. It is Niall Quinn, and here is his legendary Lucozade ad.
You sweat. And when you lose body fluid, you lose the edge. But you don't accept second best. Take Lucozade Sport, the one that's isotonic, to replace body fluids fast. Lucozade Sport, the one that sharpens your edge.
Oh, wow. I don't remember that one at all, really. I remember John Barnes had a Lucozade Sport ad. That was amazing.
Yeah, the John Barnes one is a tad better. I like that one though. I like the old kind of policy of just shoving things into cameras, literally, to sell things. It's like, what can we do to get that person at the other side of the lens to buy the thing? Just shove it in their face, literally, and they will buy it. You know, I've drank many a bottle of Lucozade Sport, so you know the advertising works.
The graphics kind of they stopped about here, and John Barnes went the whole way down to show a six-pack. It was like,
Barnes, if you got it, you flaunt it. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
Who's getting your vote in that matchup? Niall Quinn or Brian Kerr? It's the weak side of the draw. I'm not going to lie.
I like the old the fact that he's in his Man City shirt, but it looks like it's filmed at the old Lansdowne Road. You know, it's like, and they've managed to fake the fact that it's not an actual Division 1 game as it would have been back then. So I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Niall Quinn.
Niall Quinn, yeah, it's good. There's going to be like an England emerging from this side of the draw. I've just realised that I've made a very light side of the draw. The next clash, though.
Sorry, Mina Raiola's been on Twitter this morning.
Yeah?
I didn't actually know he was on Twitter, but he said, some people need to talk for fear of being forgotten. Paul Scholes wouldn't recognise a leader if he was in front of Sir Winston Churchill, full stop, at Paul Pogba.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is one hell of a put down on Paul Scholes.
Yeah, sounds good.
I did not know Mina Raiola was on Twitter. I need to follow him immediately.
Only the 37 tweets, but he's got a little blue tick. So
the story rumbles on. While you're kind of brushing up on your Mina Raiola Twitter, the nature of his Twitter and his tweets.
Paul Scholes should become sports director and advise Woodward to sell Pogba. Would be sleepless nights to find Pogba a new club. At Paul Pogba. What is Mina Raiola doing?
When was that?
Now. He's like, and he was on Twitter an hour ago, so 7:43. So 8:43, 9. So it was like, he's on the European continent, I suspect, somewhere. And
it might be liquid lunchtime wherever he is, and he's just decided to take out his phone and, you know, make a bit of money for himself.
Hasn't tweeted since July, other than that, though. So there you go. There's the tweets. It's like, it's gone. Yeah, so that's crazy.
Imagine that being your life, where you can just pick up your phone at 7:30 in the morning and say, I'm going to...
Screw you.
Yeah.
I'm getting you out of that, don't worry. Those guys, they don't know what they have. Paul, I've got your back. By attacking Paul Scholes, who's buddies with everybody else in the British media and has his own like weekly opportunity to slaughter Pogba on TV. Not the best move by an agent.
No, but it might be a move that gets him 50 million euro next week.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, that's what I mean. Imagine waking up and saying, I fancy another 15 mil there. Just going to send out a tweet here and job done. It would be quite a caving in from Ed Woodward to actually go ahead with that. Shall we move on? Because we've got the Clash of Death.
Yes. Let's go.
Clash of Death. The first ad in this Clash of Death is... Oh, now, this is a legendary ad, and this isn't even being tongue-in-cheek. This is Dennis Hickey, and this is Waven Pipe.
on to have at the end.
Make the right connections.
That is a classic. That's an all-time classic.
Oh, it's amazing. And I'm sure, like, I wouldn't be the only person, if I was working in a building site, to actually be running around with a waving pipe like a ball.
Taking restarts. Was he also the scrum half, or was that somebody else?
He was scrum half as well.
Okay.
And then he received the pass as well, I think.
That's class.
It's just amazing, the ever-present...
This is a shoe-in, though, surely. Who's this up against?
Well, the thing is, the opposition could get a bit of a clamour for votage. That's the technical term for it, because he's a rather popular man. He's probably the most famous of all the sports people in this. It is also the most recent ad. It is the Burger King ad featuring Conor McGregor from just last year.
All this chicken and king talk swirling around out there. It's got me really fired up. I'm fired up to try this new spicy, crispy chicken sandwich from this king. There's no doubt I'm gonna destroy this thing.
That's the left palm.
So spicy and crispy and juicy, it just doesn't stand a chance.
Probably taken from USD.
From one king to another, this pack's a real kick. Spicy. Introducing the new spicy, crispy chicken sandwich. Only at Burger King. Oh, and by the way, thanks for all the trash talk, guys. You just put Connor Jr. through college.
Like, what does that mean? What thanks for all the trash talk? You put my son through college. So, like, I can't figure this ad out. It's
it must be a Floyd Mayweather thing, is it? It's like, so Floyd, you trash talk me. Everybody bought pay-per-views, and now I'm rich enough to be able to afford a place in American college, which is ridiculously expensive in the preserve of the middle class elite.
I'm not quite sure, is it dreadfully unfunny or is it actually kind of funny?
Well, so Vice did this full takedown where they arrive at the conclusion that it's brilliant because it's so shit.
Yeah, I would kind of concur with that.
You do get around to the point of like, actually, you know what? I mean, come on.
A lot of these are brilliant because they're shit. The next two, though, are brilliant because they're just brilliant, really. It concludes the top half of the draw. It is the Jason McAteer derby. So it's two legendary ads, as we said. One legendary Irish football player. The first one is the one that Cher was talking about a little bit earlier on. It was Dreams in 2002.
I can't believe we did it. McAteer with a cross. And there's the goal! Ireland took their place in the last 16.
Goodbye, Spain! Hello, Argentina! Robbie Keane has put Ireland into the semi-final against England.
Heart to send England home.
Woohoo! Remember that moment well.
Nation waits. McAteer, still McAteer. And McAteer has done it! Brazil nil!
How did they do that?
They said it was impossible, but nobody told Jason McAteer.
Carlsberg don't do dreams, but if we did, they would probably be the best dreams in the world.
It's brilliant.
It is
like that is like Bookie's favourite right now to bring this entire thing home.
You've got to put yourself back in the like. This ad drops out of nowhere. There's no like, oh, we're doing this amazing World Cup ad. It's going to blow your mind. It's just like, it just goes on TV and you're like...
Just watching Winning Streak one night and suddenly it just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's pretty special.
It is special. Like, it is, like, without question, probably the best beer in the world, but...
That goal that he scores from the Amsterdam Arena in the 2-2 draw at the start of the qualifying campaign to win the World Cup against Brazil, that goal is actually against, obviously against Holland, but it's a beautiful, brilliant team goal. Like... When we had this first flush, we went 2-0 up in that game, like, and suddenly it's like, wow, we've got a really good football team. And he played brilliantly that night.
Yeah, I'm still convinced that time never existed. Was it real? Was it ever real? Was it all a dream? Maybe the Carlsberg ad was actually just an honest state of mind.
Time is a flat circle.
Exactly. So as I said there, Carlsberg probably the best beer in the world, but there's no question, there's no probablys about this. Wash and Go, definitely the best shampoo in the world. It's Jason McAteer, up against Jason McAteer in a Wash and Go ad this time.
Not a fair contest.
Jason McAteer
gives it his all.
When he plays, people watch. And when people are watching him, the one thing he won't tolerate is dandruff. That's why he now uses Wash and Go Anti-Dandruff. Because with new look Wash and Go Anti-Dandruff,
it's not even Head and
he
Shoulders.
gets everything in one.
What?
Excellent
Did Wash and Go get
an
subsumed
anti-dandruff
by Head and
formula.
Shoulders?
No, I don't think so.
That's also dandruff-free. Jason knows.
It seems like
you
you
can
get
have
paid
it
for
all.
it.
They had it worse.
Wash and Go.
So Wash and Go is like, so this is the
And
end.
now there's new Wash and Go Solo. Shampoo.
Oh, that's not Jason McAteer
Not even
anymore.
him.
Without conditioner. New Wash and Go Solo.
What?
Simply shampoo.
I didn't know they had a Wash and Go without conditioner. The whole point was, their tagline before that was, take 2 bottles into the shower. Not me. I just wash and go. Because it was shampoo and conditioner into one thing.
Yeah.
But now it's like, we've taken the conditioner out of our wash and go. Now it's just wash.
Now you've got to bring a second bottle in with you.
What's so stupid?
You've got to buy a
I didn't
second
know
bottle
that.
of Wash and Go. It's like people love watching this guy, but people don't like watching this guy with dandruff. It's great. It's a great little tagline. Who's winning that tie for you?
It's like a
McAteer
6-0. McAteer wins 6-0 with
Carlsberg,
yeah,
is it?
Yeah, not even close.
So earlier on we showed you Sean Kelly. He didn't make the cut, but his fellow cyclist Stephen Roach, he couldn't be overlooked really for this magnificent effort for being in an ad. It is Galty Cheese. Have a look at this.
Who's this guy who wants a cheese sandwich? I give you a cheese sandwich. I give you the best Galty cheese sandwich you ever taste.
Galty cheese. Bodybuilding blocks from Mitchelstown.
It's the laugh at the end, really, which is just the key line there. And Stephen Roach doing nothing at all, just looking up at the
pretty,
chef, and he nails it.
So 87, 88, so winter of 87, early 88, that comes out.
Yeah.
Boom, Galty cheese sales through the roof.
If we were going to recreate that, we could absolutely nail it. Like, I could absolutely nail the Stephen Roach role in that ad, no question. And I'm sure I get a bit of money for it as well. Up against Stephen Roach now is the legend of the endorsement game once again. We're going to have to play these back to back to back to back. It is Jack Charlton once again, but this time it's shredded wheat. And it's not 1, it's not 2, but it's 3 shredded wheat ads. These are all amazing, so we said we just have to throw them all in. But it is just one entry. It's Jack Charlton and shredded wheat.
When I was Jack the lad, shredded wheat helped give me what I needed. But now I'm Jack the man, my needs are different. I still want brand fibre, no added sugar or salt, and 100% whole wheat. So, shredded wheat's the only one for me. Hey, I like to keep the best players for my team.
Shredded wheat and bite size too. There is no better cereal.
Round here, we're all fans of shredded wheat because it's got that taste you only get from 100% whole wheat with nothing added. In fact, my Pat says hot milk brings out the wheaty taste. Me not Pete, we dig in while the wheat's good and crunchy. He's a chip off the old block, that one. Shredded wheat and bite size too. There is no better cereal.
It's Sunday morning and I'm preparing my favourite breakfast. The main ingredient has to be shredded wheat. Just 100% whole wheat with no added sugar or salt. And then, only 'cause it's Sunday mind, I add just the top of the milk. And I sit in my favourite chair. I don't mind another chair, but I wouldn't want another cereal. Shredded wheat and bite size. There is no better cereal.
I had a topping of what? Milk? Because it's Sunday.
I think so, yeah.
So it's dry otherwise. See?
Not quite sure. The poor dog there just getting completely overlooked.
I don't think these two should have been up against each other.
Why? Stephen Roach and...
I think Stephen Roach should be definitely through to the next round, but he probably is going to lose a popularity contest here. That Stephen Roach video, like, again, you've got to remember, there is no Irish sports endorsements before 1987 of any significance because we had done literally nothing on the global sports stage at that point. Like, everything... So, there had controversially been Kerry doing Adidas and Hot Point, I think.
No, not Hot Point. Something ending in X. Somebody will remind us.
Blendex?
Close enough.
Bendix.
Bendix.
That's it. I thought it was Hot Point. But anyway, yeah, okay, right. So washing machines and tracksuits, and they had been absolutely pilloried for it. So nothing else happened. And then he wins 3 things in a year, and suddenly companies go, maybe if we associated our product with that guy, everybody seems to love that guy. And that ad was actually legitimately funny.
Yeah.
I mean, again, at the time, the high watermark of Irish comedy is Bottler and Frank Carson. So, a low base, right?
So
that
a
is
chef
like
doing a French accent is...
high art.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fucking high art, right? So, I think it just deserves its place too. Everything else just pours out afterwards. Some of the other stuff that we're about to see, we're going to see the Irish Permanent Liam Brady one.
Yeah, we'll see that in a
more.
little while. We'll just see who the opponent is for that first.
Grand. So I would definitely say the other thing with the Jack Charlton one is they're not Irish ads. They're actually carried on ITV. Like they're proper UK ads because he's a proper English folk hero from '66 who now is like doing a great job with that crappy Irish football team. They beat us. I mean, that was a fluke, obviously. It's not, a bit patronising. So if we could switch to Jack Charlton and anyway.
Well, like you've made an awful lot of complaints about this structure, and I've had enough of championship structure chat on this show. So it is the way it is, and we are proceeding with this. Vote for it, whatever it is. If Roach is going to get your nostalgia,
I want Stephen Roach through. He gets my nostalgia vote.
Like you're really influencing the public here.
I'm lobbying. My 11-year-old self thought that was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You wouldn't see the host of the Eurovision talking down the lens of the camera saying vote for this, would you?
Well, yeah.
Like that's the integrity mark we need to use throughout all of this. So you mentioned there it's going to be Irish Permanent in just a moment, but we'll see who their opponent is first. It's Niall Quinn coming back into the fold with one of the most technologically advanced internet products we have ever seen.
You know, it's great living in the countryside, but for a lot of people, that means little or no broadband coverage. Well, not anymore. A new low-cost satellite broadband is available if your location can pass this simple test. Can you see the sky? QSat is my company, and I stand over our broadband service. But if you're not completely satisfied, you can cancel your contract within 30 days. So call us in Cork today to get connected.
Class.
I'm sorry, I think can you see the sky line is I'm probably the only one who finds that really, really funny. I was certainly the only one laughing in here at that. Coming up against Niall Quinn, as sure is already spoiled, it is going to be Liam Brady and Kevin Moran. Kevin Moran, in this instance, has clearly been using a little bit of Duolingo. Here they are advertising Irish Permanent.
Good morning.
Morning. Whether you're coming or going, you can get traveller's checks and foreign currency notes from any Irish Permanent branch office.
How are your foreign languages coming on?
No problem. Burro de change.
Big enough to take on the world. What I really miss from ads is like taglines being sung. The Irish Permanent, the People's Choice, and it's like 10 seconds.
Pat the Baker was the last great tagline being sung.
So Fresh is famous.
Yeah. They kind of do it as kind of like as a piss take nowadays, don't they?
Do you think is that Euro 88 or is it Italian 90? Oh, it can't be. Could it be Italian 90? No, it has to be Euro 88 because he's gone. Brady gets. Oh no, hang on. Italian 90 is the one that he get infected out for. He's still in and around the squad. Gets sent off in the Bulgaria game. Maybe it is. Maybe it's before the Euros, is it?
I would say Euro 88 is what that ad was before. Who are you voting for there? Obviously that one over Niall Quinn QSat.
Probably.
Yeah. Even though the singing, can you see the sky?
The singing does it.
The Can You See the Skyline is my favourite line in all of any Irish ad ever. So Eamon Dunphy, we had to give him one entry into this. Well, there's only one ad of him on YouTube, so this is the one that we've chosen. He only gets his voice into this, but I think everybody's going to, well, not me, but maybe you and your fellow age group will get a pang of nostalgia off this. Here is some champion cheese and Eamon Dunphy.
You can be a First Division champion with healthy champion cheese from Golden Vale. It's packed with protein, calcium and vitamins to keep you on your toes. Champion cheese from Golden Vale. It's a bit special.
Class.
It is a bit special.
It's clearly a performance enhancer. Makes your toes bigger, or makes your head grow.
Makes
your muscles pop.
It's not as performance enhancing as the clenbuterol that was injected into that Bank of Ireland ad that you alleged earlier on in the show. But we better park that one there for fear of any lawsuits. But
Chris McCann at Cantoy, how you doing, Chris? Says top the milk, not topping of milk. That's where the cream would settle in an old pint of full cream. Remember this?
Yep.
You in your hoop.
No, I don't.
Isn't the clue what we're talking about?
No, not a notion.
So a bottle of milk would arrive, right? And the nice bit at the top would actually be much creamier than the rest of it. It would kind of settle up.
Obviously, yeah. That's just like before, like the factory nature of milk, right?
Yeah.
Like I've don't worry, I've drank milk like that, sure. I'm not like completely uncultured.
Go on anyway.
What have we got? So that was Eamon Dunphy
versus.
It's like this is going to be a tough side. I think this actually might be the closest one. He's up against the mighty Eddie O'Sullivan and the more mighty Maury PA.
In life as in sport, results come down to the performance of individual parts. You need heart and an active brain to function effectively. That's why I take Moripa omega-3 fish oil capsules. Moripa has proven to be good for everybody's heart and brain, and with up to 6 times more EPA than other fish oil capsules, just one Moripa a day will do the job, which makes a great value for money. For purity, quality, and value, I choose
6 times more from one a day. Moripa.
Wow, they are also saying 6 times more than in one a day. Wow.
That is kind of a contemporary classic. They should have that on loop in, I don't know, some modern art museum somewhere on the continent, because that's just a work of art. That tagline as well is just a work of art. It's probably my favourite ad in there, and I'm pushing that one out to win that tie up against the great Eamon Dunphy.
Dunphy's champion cheese, that has to.
The nostalgia vote is going to be a powerful thing here. Finally, it's our last tie of the last 16 here of the World Cup of Irish Sporting TV ads.
How does this work now? Sorry, you need to explain how this competition works.
Twitter polls. So you just got to log on to Twitter. We will have a poll for each of the 8 ties. You've got to vote for which one's your favourite, and then the quarterfinals will be up, I don't know, tomorrow? Probably tomorrow. At some point this week. And we will crown the winner of the World Cup of Irish Sporting Endorsements later on in the week. So our last clash is the Farmer Derby. So it's this legendary Keprivan ad, which I'm sure a lot of people will remember. It's featuring the skillage of John Fenton first.
Powerful, reliable, economical. Keprivan. Keprivan is the mighty one you can really rely on. Just one treatment of Keprivan smashes mastitis. Through 4 weeks, through 6 weeks, throughout the 8-week dry period, right up to calving. Nothing else gives all-round, longer-lasting protection. Keprivan, the long-lasting dry cow protection.
It's like hurling. Oh, random meat footballer. Is Liam Harnan, is he a farmer? Is that why it was? Was that what happened?
I presume so. I presume he's well accustomed to the ways of Keprivan.
Are you the farmer? Yeah, seems to be, yeah.
You can't wave a flag in a Keprivan ad unless you know how to use Keprivan, is probably what the producers were thinking there. It's a strong contender. It's it's up there in the top 2 farming ads up there, but there's another farmer going up against them.
It gets into there, like it's a classic. It's definitely a classic of the genre.
There's a modern classic going up against it though, and another popular Irish sports person. So it's a hello to you, Sean O'Brien, and it's hello to Supermax.
Irish food is at the heart of what we stand for in Supermax.
We only buy beef from Irish farmers we know and trust.
That's why Irish beef is so tasty, with the quality of grass we have and the climate we live in.
Take our new 5-ounce burger, for example. It's delivered directly into our restaurants. Fresh, never frozen.
Freezing causes meat to lose moisture, Pat. When you lose moisture, you lose flavour.
I'm really proud of this new burger. 100% Irish beef, fresh and cooked to order. Now, which of our competitors can say that?
The new Supermax 5-ounce beef burger. Perfection.
I mean, there's a charm to that one too, right?
There is. Like, that is one hell of a battle, like John Fenton against Sean O'Brien. I'm sorry I actually made the top of the draw so weak, and I'm sorry I left Scalacci Smithix out, but, you know, you can only do what you can do.
We're sticking Scalacci Smithix straight through to the quarterfinals as the winner of the...
Gets a bye.
Yeah.
First round bye. Yeah, so we'll put up polls for all those clashes of the last 16 in the World Cup of Sporting Endorsements featuring Irish sports people that maybe aren't Irish because, you know, Toto Scalacci and Jack Charlton are in there, but you can get them on our Twitter page. We'll put up a separate poll for each clash.
At Off the Ball AM on Twitter. GA Handball Ireland have been in touch to say, it was obviously over the course of the weekend, Killian Carroll ended up winning the All-Irish World Championship final in the States. He won 21-16, 21-18 in the final, and so congratulations to him. Obviously, we had Paul Brady in advance of that. I think Paul beat in the semi-finals, but not a bad way to go out after being the world champion on multiple occasions.
Mick McCarthy's first touch has been in touch to say, lads, what about the Dunphy and Giles Cadbury ad?
Oh, yeah.
Can't believe it. Can't believe we've forgotten the Dunphy and Giles Cadbury yet.
You know what we can do? We can have like our World Cup, and then there'll be like
repechage.
Exactly, for the ones that we were too dumb to remember.
Oh my God. That is a big oversight on my part, and I can't use youth as an excuse for that one, unfortunately.
No, you definitely
That's embarrassing. Next year maybe. I'm sure this is getting a call back for next year, the World Cup of Irish Sporting Endorsements featuring Irish or non-Irish sports people.
Yeah. Were there any others that didn't make the cut, or is that literally the exhaustive list of all the ones that you found?
I know there's plenty more. I just don't have them handy in front of me, to be quite honest with you. I have it on my phone here. There was plenty others. Like there was tons and tons and tons of them. There was just like not enough room for them, and ultimately I'm kind of like looking at the reactions to a few of these, and I'm like, I could have made a few different decisions with a few of these. So here's a list of some of the things that didn't make the cut whatsoever. So you had a great Vodafone ad a few years ago featuring Sean Boylan and Paddy O'Shea.
Oh yeah, there was, I think Galvin's in it, Conor Mortimer's in it.
I'm not sure, is that the same one?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I watched it this morning. He's reading Rudyard Kipling's If.
Ah, yes.
You can't be listening to that when you're a little bit tired.
No. So Sean Boylan narrates that ad. It would have been a good addition, but it just felt it wasn't like tangibly there with its product enough for me. Like there was no Niall Quinn pointing to the sky in that. You know, that was the kicker in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like with
Sean Boylan's ad was probably too good.
With the exception of the Carlsberg We Win the World Cup ad, none of these were really ad agency ads that were designed by people who are thinking, I'm going to make something really good and emotionally connect with people, the way the Carlsberg one did. The Vodafone one is actually a brilliant ad as well.
Yeah, it is. The other one, another one that was left out was another Brian O'Driscoll one, the Brian O'Driscoll promoting the Gillette Pro Glide. Himself and Johnny Wilkinson burst out of a toilet cubicle and scare a man in the toilet, and they're like, do you want to try Gillette Pro Glide?
A bit weird,
but it didn't really feel like a proper TV ad. It felt like more kind of like a
but also,
thing.
One of the guys shakes their hands.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not sure if he's already washed his hands. It's like, oh yeah, I'll happily shake you my piss-stained hand.
It's a good observation. There's a number of Roy Keane Pepsi ones, but we felt it was
the Roy Keane, the Man United. Like,
yeah, it's too
Manchester United. I've completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, they're not Irish enough for me.
Well, but like, did that air here?
I'm not quite. I certainly remember like the Pepsi ones with Edgar Davids on the beach and stuff.
Yeah, but
I presume that was the same campaign previous to that. No?
But it's like inside a Man United dressing room. They're 3-0 down at half time.
Yeah.
And Alex Ferguson is like, I can't believe that we're 3-0 down. We're Manchester United at half time. He's actually giving the team talk in the ad.
But it's not a real team talk.
No, of course not.
It was just making sure that you weren't.
Where's all your passion and commitment and enthusiasm and like? And then he starts to throw out the cans of Pepsi, and they all catch him like a. And Dennis Irwin is like, "Come on, Keane." and it's the best team. So it's the best team before the second good team. It's Dwight York and Andy Cole and all the lads, and it's like, and then Schmeichel drops it, and it's like, oh, I was only messing.